Hello, hello. All right, let's make sure that we are live. We are fantastic. Fan-freaking-tastic. Let me go ahead and pin this. Let me go ahead and pin this puppy. Pin. Copy link. And send it to... Let me send this to the group chat. By the way, ladies and gents, if you want to come hang and message... I am live for the next hour. Send. All right, let's see if anyone comes by. Let's see if anyone comes by. Oh man. We have a lot to talk about today, I think, probably, potentially. We got the Super Bowl today. I have no strong dog in this race, right? Like I'm a Jets fan, but being a Jets fan, I want to see Sam Darnold kick the Patriots' ass. That's what I want to see. If I don't get it, which I'm anticipating that I will not get because the life of a Jets fan is miserable. I'll find a way to emotionally disassociate, but my hope is that Sam Darnold ruins the dreams of Patriots fans all across the world, most specifically and particularly Dave Portnoy. I cannot wait to see him crybaby this one out. That will be an enjoyable sight to see. I normally don't wish for the downfall of many, but seeing Portnoy struggle is very, very funny. Very funny. Why did I named the stream "What is Jester Maxing," and Renee said at Shell are hiring, like the company Shell. Why? What about the gas station? Oh, the gas station. Oh, they want to. All right, that's tough. That was just mean. That's just mean. That's funny. All right. Let's go ahead and get into things here. So we got a lot to talk about. What is going on? God forbid, anywhere else in the United States, anywhere else in the world, they're like, oh, the United States has guns. Meanwhile, in France, they have grenades. They're using grenades. They're throwing grenades into businesses. What is going on in France? I swear, man, like, yes, he didn't have a gun. In France and in Europe, they don't really, at least by and large, don't have guns, as far as I'm aware. But it's like, I saw a video a few weeks ago about a British guy discussing that kitchen knives shouldn't be sharp because there's so many stabbings in the United Kingdom. And here in France, they're throwing grenades. Not to mention, I'm in crypto. A lot of people who work in crypto are aware that France has had an insanely high amount of kidnappings. There is something going on in France where there is genuinely, extremely, outstandingly high levels of organized crime and kidnapping. And the kidnapping is silly. Like people are getting kidnapped, having fingers cut off, and tortured for their crypto accounts. I don't know what's going on in France. I don't know what's going on in the United Kingdom. But holy crap, dude. It's like, what is this? What game is this? Just I named the stream "What is Jester Maxing?" and Jester is in the comments. What's up, Jester? Good to see you, dude. We will be getting into Jester Maxing shortly. Very shortly. Wow. But I think we'll probably end it there. I did respond to this. We'll probably come back to this. Let's see. Yeah. This is a serious concern. Thousands of people across the country have started going absolutely out of their mind because they want to get as many new AI bots working for them. My voice is so shot. Did you hear that? Did you hear that? I sounded like a grandma. Oh my God, my voice just broke. It actually just broke. I am listening and learning, Jester says. I am listening and learning. What's up, Jester? My voice is shot, but that's all right. We'll be all right. How should I start this one off? I'm curious because I got to figure out how to talk about this. Because so for anyone that's watching these streams live, what I like to do is we're doing a little bit of clipping. We're doing a little bit clip farming. So I need to figure out what are some of the words I need to say to get your attention the snappiest, snip, snap. The end times are near. The AI end times are coming, and they're coming quickly. Apparently, people have been running these AI bots, these AI agents off of computers. They call them Claude bots. Okay, Claude bots. Claude bots are when they take a computer like a Mac Mini and they basically give an AI like Claude the keys to the kingdom, right? Like it can do everything. It has access to your financials, to your phone numbers, to your socials, to your emails, everything. And it runs 24/7. And the idea is it is the perfect personal everything, personal servant, everything. It handles your life. That's the concept. One of the problems, though, is one of the top skills that people have been downloading was actually just a malware delivery vehicle. So AI agents at scale have been downloading malware, and that malware has access to your life. One of the problems with AI is at least in my opinion, is we're going to find that a lot of people are going to be running into serious problems over the course of the next few weeks, years, months, where AI is doing things on their behalf that they consented to, that they said, AI, please do X, Y, and Z. And the output is not what you were expecting. People have been signing contracts and getting billed because their AI signed them up for things, like signed them up for services, for subscriptions, etc., and have been getting billed for things that they had no idea that they were paying for, to the tune of hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. And you are bound by that. If you run that AI, you are bound by that mistake. This is a serious problem. So to find that Claude bots have been downloading malware at scale is unsurprising and also frightening. Very frightening. Because you're going to have people running these bots in who knows what operations, and it's going to be downloading malware at scale. No one will know until the damage is done. And at that point, it's too late. So whatever's going on with the Claude bots, I think it's a canary in the coal mine. I think it's the first sign of a very scary time. I think AI, great opportunity to genuinely improve the lives of millions, if not billions of people at scale, seriously. But at the same time, it is going to be a brand new attack vector that is going to be exploited at scale by very, very capable people, capable developers, hackers, etc. And I would say that the damage that is all the good that's going to come, there will be plenty of equivalent bad. And people are just opening themselves up to serious damage because in the name of like, oh, we're progressing. But there's some concerns here, I'd have to say. Also, my voice is really like it's not working with me. It is not working with me. This is hilarious, but I have nothing I could say on it. We'll come back to that. Because I do want to talk about hype for a while later. You got to think the socials for the government of the United States of America is clearly run by 19-year-olds. Lethality map. And there goes the voice again. I have to try that again. Lethality maxing. Lethality maxing. That's what we're doing. We're lethality maxing. It's like, what's next? Like government maxing. What else? What are some good lines? I honestly, maxing is probably one of the best things to come out of the end of 2025. And maxing anything, right? You could be carb maxing. You could be protein maxing, looks maxing, lethality maxing, giga maxing, dance maxing, gesture maxing, French language maxing, sad maxing, lonely maxing, depression maxing. It's such a great term. Just add maxing. Add maxing to the end of anything that you do makes it a million times better. And it adds it to the cultural zeitgeist. All you have to do is add maxing. Yes, you could just be gesture maxing. You could. You could be gesture maxing. You could be gesture maxing. You could also be lethality maxing. What is the state of the U.S.? What is the state of affairs for the United States government? Are we gesture maxing? Are we appropriately gesture maxing, or are we lethality maxing? Are we communist maxing? Are we Republican? Like, what are we doing? Oh, what a silly term. What a truly silly term. Oh, this is real. This is serious. I have to mention this. Instagram, they say, wait, 1 second. They say gesture maxing is the new meta. That's funny. Instagram has added reposts and public likes, and they've been live for the better part of the last few months. And I got to say, my opinion on it is not high. All right. The amount of guys that just get caught with this type of stuff in his reposts, he just has a girl he finds attractive. It's like such a tough look for the boy. Such a tough look. I mean, fair enough. Very attractive woman, but also hilarious. I honestly, yeah, I mean, I respect the guy. Like, at some point, too, if I was him and I noticed this, like a year down the line from the repost, you might as well just keep it there, right? Like, it's kind of just, it shows you have no idea what you're doing, right? Like, this is not, you just saw the repost button, you're like, fire. Let's press that. You support this post. This man supports attractive women. I can't. It's like it is such a dangerous play. Like, Instagram has become a minefield. It has become a danger zone to even use it. God forbid you accidentally repost 2 attractive women that you saw on the app because you're like, oh wow, repost. Oops. And then you forget. And now the rest of your profile for the next year is just like, oh, this guy found these 2 women very attractive on January 3rd of 2024. Like, oh, dude. And not to mention, likes are public too, like likes on Reels. And not only are they public, but they actually promote those likes. So if you are following someone and they liked something, you are more likely yourself to see that. And it'll tell you, oh, this person liked it. There's been a couple instances where I've caught my friends liking some attractive women on Instagram Reels. Just like, oh, I know what you're watching this for, my guy. I know why you like this one. Couple of times I've been caught too. It happens. It happens. It's a stray like. It was a mistake. I'm sorry. My apologies. That's hilarious. It's just so funny. Can you blame him though? Oh man. Instagram is a minefield. It truly is. It is one of the greatest apps. I can't. I love Instagram. Phenomenal app. Has become a minefield. But honestly, if you are chaos maxing, there are few apps where you can chaos max better than on Instagram. Throw out a few likes and some random, stray comments. Put out some weird comments. Like a post that's a little bit too, little fringe, little edgy. And just see what happens. Wait a few days. Then one of your friends will be like, "Hey, dude, I was on Instagram. I saw you like this post. What was that about? I saw you like this post. What's going on? What's going on in your life? Is your family all right? Is your relationship status okay?" Oh my God, dude. There goes the voice. Oh, it is a dangerous game. It is a dangerous game we play to open up Instagram. All right, here we go. Now we are in it. Now we are in the thick of it, lads. We are in the thick. We have come to that point. All right. We have come to that point in society where a new vocabulary has been invented and we have no idea what the kids are saying. I'm going to break down this tweet in a minute or less. Clavicular was gesture gooning when a group of foids came and spiked his cortisol levels. Is ignoring the foids while munting and mogging moids more useful than SMV chat fishing in the club? If you don't know what that's, if you don't know what I just said, you're not alone. I promise you, you are not alone. However, you have missed out on what has become the vernacular and vocabulary of 16 to 18-year-olds across the country. And I'm worried. I am very concerned. I'm going to have to break this down. Let's see. Gesture gooning. Okay, I know what gesturing and I know what gooning is. I don't know what gesture gooning is. Hold on. One moment. Here's how we're going to have to do this. All right. All right. So here's the strategy. If you don't know how to understand a tweet like this, you can pull up Urban Dictionary. Let's start at the top. Gesture gooning. All right. Let's break this down. What do we got here? The world's slowest search function. That's what we have. Gesture gooning. Okay. Okay. Clavicular. Wait. This term was actually created. Wait, this might have been the first actual notable instance that this term was used. There is only one entry for it on Urban Dictionary, and it was yesterday. This is the first time that this word has really been used and seen. Gesture gooning. This term has just been created. Incredible. So clavicular, this is clavicular. He was mid-gesture gooning, which is attention-seeking behavior in an attempt to impress foids. Okay. If you don't know what a foid is, let's find the origin of the word foid. Right. Femoid, a pejorative used by incels to degrade women. Yep. Slang for female. Hold on. My computer just like blanked for a second. Can you hear me? We're good?
We're good.
Okay, that was weird. Let's see. Foid. All right. Working through this. We're working through this. What else we got? Is ignoring the foids. Okay. Munting. I don't know what munting means. Munting. Oh. No, that can't be it. Oh, when taking large and ridiculous amounts of drugs and going crazy to describe someone who is on a bender. Ah. Is that it? Let me just make sure that that's what that word. What does munting mean? Brain rot. Okay. Shock value. Munting and jelking are not brain rot terms. Munting dates back to 2004. Okay. The rejection of one's brain due to relentless bombardment of an overwhelming chemical arsenal. Oh, dude. What is going on? What do these words mean? The state one reaches when, okay, like on drugs. Okay. I kind of see where we're at. All right. So munting is like kind of going insane. Mogging means to like show up or be better than. All right. Okay. SMV Chad fishing. What is that? SMV. Hold on. SMV. Chad fishing. All right, well, let's find out what Chad fishing is. When you ugly but want to feel what it's like to talk to cute girls, so you download pics off some Instagram model and make a fake Tinder profile with them. Oh. Oh, okay. Okay. It's like catfishing. It's like catfishing, but you are pretending to be a chat. All right, got it. Got it. Catfishing, but using pictures of Chads. But what is SMV? When a person is seen, oh, sexual market value. When a person is seen in public with an attractive and charming partner, their sexual market value goes up, meaning they become more attractive to other potential partners. Got it. Got it. Okay. All right. So we have now, all right, we figured this out. We figured this out. Okay. So in 1 minute or less, I'm going to define what all of these terms in this absurd sentence are, or this absurd post. We're going to walk through this post, all right? This post is one of the most insanely written. My words today are just not coming out of my mouth properly, but that's all right. We had a bit of a bender last night, so still in a bit of recovery of sorts. I'm going to read to you the most insane tweet maybe of all time, and the kids these days are using words that are not biblical. These words are not in the Bible. They are not in any form of writing. This is new. We have reached a new stage of language. Clavicular was mid-gesture gooning when a group of foids came and spiked his cortisol levels. Is ignoring the foids while munting and mogging moids more useful than SMV chatfishing in the club? And if you want to know what these words mean, I'm going to define it as quickly as possible. Gesture gooning. Gesture, ha ha ha. Showing off, being like a character. Gooning, being attracted to women or the opposite sex. Well, actually, no, that's not even. What's the best way to define gooning without defining it in the way that I'm trying not to define it? What's the best? Hold on, let me just see what Urban Dictionary defines it as. 1 second. That is definitely not it. That is not it. Oh, I got it. All right. Jester, when you're like, ha ha ha, acting like a court jester. Very funny for me personally, actually, for totally separate reasons. Gooning is when you are thirsty, a little depraved, for lack of a better term. What is a foid? A foid is short for femoid. It is a term, created by, for lack of a better term, incels or involuntarily celibate individuals, to describe women that they consider to be like normies, right? Like basic girls is the best way to describe what foid means. Is ignoring the foids while munting and mogging moids. Okay, munting is like you're insane. You're going insane. You're going crazy. You're probably on some type of substance. That's what munting is. Mogging, you're cooler than. You are showing off and you are actively better than the other people. Moids, they're like normal, like normie bot males. It's the analog of foids, but for men. SMV Chad fishing. SMV stands for sexual market value in this context, and stands for just making him look like a more appealing individual. Chad fishing is the opposite of catfishing in a sense, where instead of where Chad fishing is the opposite of catfishing in a sense, where a man will pretend to be a Chad on like Tinder or other dating apps. A Chad is a cool looking guy in order to actually get attention and talk to women. This is maybe the worst post I've ever seen in my life. Like I don't know. The youth have fallen off the deep end. This is it. This is concerning. This is very concerning. We are in strange times, ladies and gentlemen, when a sentence like this can exist. These are words. These words are not in the Bible. They are not part of historical fiction. They are not part of any reasonable writing repertoire. It is just we have created a new vocabulary for brain rot, and I'm sad. I'm sad. I can't explain it, but I'm sad. Chris, do you think I excuse me? Do you think I adequately covered this concept here? What do you think? Absolutely agreed. It was time to visit Gandhi after the brutal mog, but he fraud Max with the semi-jutted jaw and then beat racial accusations.
I was dying right now. It was hilarious, bro.
Very close, dude. Very close to Sweefy. Handled it well, LARPing as low inhib dark triad on coke and being unfazed by Becky Lights. Dude, what on earth? There are people that understand these sentences. If you can understand every word that's in this post, if you understand every word without having to look it up, you need to get off the internet. You need to delete everything. Delete your socials, throw your phone in a river, and you need a 2-month break. You need to get out. You need to get out. Brain Rot Multiverse on YouTube, says Lamau. That's hilarious. That is, dude. I'm out of my mind on this. This is actually, I mean, what a sentence. It's funny because the clip here isn't even all that impressive. Like, let's listen for a sec. It's 10 seconds.
My friend likes your cameraman. Really likes you. What's your name? Tell us your name.
Yo, W. His name is Kirk.
Kirk.
Yeah, the clip is super unimpressive. Like, there's nothing really all that interesting about this clip. The reason why this post went viral is because there are times where something has happened that has never happened before, and that is in and of itself interesting. A sentence of this kind has never been written before. No one has ever written a piece of literature like this in the last 10,000 years of written word. This has never been uttered. And that is an achievement worth recognizing. And it's also extremely terrifying. Let's keep rolling. Oh, I'm going to talk about Hyperliquid for a bit later. Let's see what else. Oh, I do want to talk about the weather, but first. Okay. I'm trying to see what I want to talk about because there's a lot of stuff, and I only have about like 30 minutes left because I do have to get ready for the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl. All right. We're going to start with, let's see. You just don't hate journalists enough, man. You really just don't. It's just like some of the stuff is absurd. The Washington Post made a write-up for the Super Bowl where they're like, oh, it's being played in Colin Kaepernick's former home stadium, right? It's the 49ers stadium. And the most relevant figure to the Super Bowl 60 is absent from it. The most relevant figure to Super Bowl 60 is not Colin Kaepernick. Colin Kaepernick is relevant individual number 70,000, maybe like 8. He's like 1 million people down the line. Colin Kaepernick is 1 million people down the line in terms of relevant figures to Super Bowl 60. And a journalist, Adam Kilgore, had the wherewithal, had the gall to post that he is the most relevant figure. How do you even think about this? Like, how does this even come to your mind? That anyone's going to take your writing seriously if this is the kind of crap you put out. Regardless of your thoughts on Colin Kaepernick, he's not relevant to it. It is what is this story? What is this story? It's like you can write this story with the intent of trying to draw attention back to, what's the state of things, right? We're in the home stadium of the 49ers. What happened with Colin Kaepernick? what was the follow-on effect, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You can write that story. I think at this point in time, it's a little bit silly, but we can write that story. Unfortunately, also people that don't know like sports, also don't realize that Colin Kaepernick wasn't really that great. He was good. It was good. It was definitely not that great. And it's unsurprising that he didn't really get, like, yes, he was probably blackballed for a little bit, for sure, for like a year or two. But after that, it was like, this guy's not actually that great. This guy's not this unbelievable athlete. He's solid. Just because he got to a Super Bowl, by the way, does not mean he's amazing. There have been plenty of bad quarterbacks that get to the Super Bowl. Happens every like 2, 3, 4 years. A bad quarterback gets to the Super Bowl because he has a great team and he played decent enough for that year. Happens very regularly. Nick Foles is a mid at best backup. He won the Super Bowl. That's just what happens when you have an excellent team. There's 52 people on a roster in the NFL. You have 11 people on the field at any given time. Yes, the quarterback is the most important, but also so are the schemes, so are the whatever. So yeah, it's unsurprising that Colin Kaepernick never ended up back in the league. And it's just like, how do you as a journalist write something like this and expect people to take you seriously? The most relevant person to Super Bowl 60 is not there, and it's Colin Kaepernick. And I wanted to read this. Like, I wanted to read this post. But the second that you get in, we want your money to read this garbage. I'm going to pay money to read drivel, garbage, actual garbage. It's almost sad, you know? It's almost sad. To be fair, the department just got laid off. I don't know. It's like, this is just, regardless of your politics, this is ridiculous. This is an absurd thing to write. What else? Forget the news item here. Happy Dad has pivoted to becoming a news account. Why is Happy Dad? Wait, yes, you are getting your news from I didn't even see this. You are getting your news from a hard seltzer, lemonade, and iced tea company available at a store near you. Why is Happy Dad a news account? Justin, Drake has placed a $1 million wager on the New England Patriots. Let's go. Let's go. They're cooked. They're cooked. They're definitely cooked. There's no shot. Oh, that's exciting. That's so exciting. I'm okay. Now I'm excited. Drake loses these bets like clockwork. Okay. Never go with a Drake bet. Never go with a Drake bet. And he's betting on the Pats. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Mark Cuban praises Trump. All right. Like, Justin, U.S. stocks surged today with over $1.2 trillion added to the market value. Why is it a news account now? Followed. It worked. It did work. I'm following it now. Yeah, by the time the clip goes live, there's nothing to talk about there. Oh, I want to talk. Oh, yeah, I got some more stuff to talk about. Okay. Oh, dude, I've got way too much content to get through. All right, let's speed things up. Let's speed things up. A new combat sports league has just dropped. What is this? Like, what am I watching? What are these impacts? How do people come up with this? Like, what's the boardroom plan? Like, all right, guys. Guys, we need a new sport. We need a new sport to entertain the masses. Well, anyone have any ideas? I have one. All right, Todd, what's your idea? Hear me out. Concussions. Live streamed. We have to live stream people receiving concussions. That's the idea. Like, how did this get what is this? These guys are oh my God, bro. That is a shoulder to the face. Hold on. Dude, you could see his jaw moving. Oh my God. He's concussed. Like that is a clear, he's concussed. That is brain damage. This is literally brain damage. That's what this means. I just watched this guy get brain damage. That's the whole. Like in the NFL, we're now getting comically large padding on people's helmets because we're like, guys, we live in a civilized society. We can't be playing this anymore. We can't be doing it like this. We have to actually try and take care of our brains. Like CTE is a serious problem. What is that? Guys, they're making the NFL safe. So what if, hear me out, what if we run Oklahoma drills and make it as unsafe as possible? We just make the two largest men that we could find, and we have them run directly at each other. Let's just see what happens. Guys, new sport idea. We have buses run over pedestrians in real time and live stream it. The Beast Games in 2048 are going to get crazy. Like, what is this? That guy is clearly concussed. That's ridiculous. Oh my God. Look at. Oh my God, the impacts. Like, even if it's not to your face, that is textbook. That is textbook. What? What? Oh, dude, it's stuff like this and the power slap. It's just like, why is it that all new sports are just variations of causing concussions? Can't we do something cool like racing? Why not? I don't know. We need like really cool race trucks or something like that. You know, like race trucks, but they've got jet engines on the back and they have to do corners, right? Or it's like it's upside down racing. You know, something interesting. But no, just concussions. Like that's where we've evolved. We as a society have now evolved to just more concussions. That's the idea. Insane. Speaking of which, AI is now running races in what appear to be like F1 or Indy type cars. And it's doing well. Like these cars are hitting 155 miles an hour. There's a $2.25 million prize to the winning racer. And it's like, the world is becoming eerie, like very eerie. The world is becoming eerie. The world of AI and tech, it's no wonder why people are actually afraid of AI. And the public opinion on AI is shifting so negatively when you have cars driving at 155 miles an hour guided by nothing but AI. And it's doing quite like the cars are doing the laps quite well. These are impressive runs, but these are real machines. It's also concerning because it feels like it's taking the soul out of racing to an extent, if this is to be developed even further. But he's actually like this is competitive. They're trying to box each other out. I've seen that. I've seen that in F1. They have pit crews. You can't make this stuff up. Like autonomous racing league. You know, they're gonna subject these things. Once you have AI robots and people don't care if like the car accidents are gruesome, they're going to subject them to some pretty crazy stuff. I expect to see some of these cars actually get involved. Like expect to see death races. Like the movie Death Race, where you have cars getting mangled and the drivers getting poofed out of existence. You will probably see those death races replicated with AI as the driver because no one cares if the bot is getting shredded. So might as well have them just actually have guns and blow up the other cars at the race. Like things are going to get crazy really quickly. Really quickly. The world on AI is not to be messed with. It's not to be trifled with. And I don't blame people for being as scared as they're becoming. All right, let's go back. Oh, did I not bookmark anything on Lindsey Vonn? I thought I did. Let me find her. Let me find her. Lindsey. All right. 1 week after tearing her ACL, Lindsey Vonn got into a terrible crash. 1 week after tearing her ACL, Lindsey Vonn got into a terrible crash, and it's a tough watch. Oh, wait. No, this is not the crash. I was like, wait a minute. This is not the crash. Wait, is the media being pulled? Oh my God, the media is actually entirely being pulled. Wait. No way. Is there no media on this? Like the crash? Was it all deleted? Huh. You're joking. Okay. All right. Yeah, but this is definitely not the original media. That's very fascinating. Lindsey Vonn, 1 week after tearing her ACL, got into a terrible, terrible crash this morning at the Winter Olympics. And it is a tough watch. 13 seconds in, she takes a jump, loses her balance, and that's tough. That is a tough watch. She was given medical assistance on the scene and airlifted. She was given medical assistance on the scene and she was airlifted out of the situation. This is a tough watch. I have to say, one, all due respect to Lindsey Vonn, she is probably one of the greatest athletes of our time. Unbelievable competitor, and it's awe-inspiring to watch her ski. It must be incredibly tough as to be a professional athlete and really only get one opportunity every 4 years to show that you are, your life, to show that your life's work was worth doing, right? To show that you are at the pinnacle of your craft, that you are a pinnacle level athlete. And I can't blame her, how many more Lindsey Vonn isn't young anymore. Is she going to have the opportunity to ski at a professional level, at an elite world-class level for the rest of her life? No. So, of course, on a torn ACL, she's going to be doing runs because you're a professional athlete. You only get a chance once every 4 years. How is she going to feel in 4 years? She doesn't know. So she's doing runs on a torn ACL. I can't blame her. And that's probably why she's crashing. It's a devastating crash. I hate to see that. And you know what's wild? It's like you compare the Winter Olympics. You compare the Winter Olympics to, let me pull this up. You compare the Winter Olympics to the Summer Olympics, and it's literally night and day. Like in the Winter Olympics, excuse me, in the Summer Olympics, it's like, okay, guys, let's just see who's the fastest runner. Let's see who's the fastest swimmer. Let's see who can jump the furthest, like basic, whatever. Interesting feats of athleticism. It's with the spirit of things. It's the Greeks supported it. And then you flash forward to the Winter Olympics. It's like, let's see who can put on these bamboo rods. They're not bamboo. Let's see who can put on these wooden sticks and then fly through the air dozens, if not hundreds of meters. We want them to literally fly. Our athletes are actually flying with the long jump. Okay. Let's put them in a bobsled and send them down careening tubes of ice at like 100 miles an hour. And let's see how they do. Let's see who gets there the fastest. Let's put them on a snowboard and let's see who could do 1738 twist turn dip skis and land it. It's like the Winter Olympics are unbelievable feats of athleticism, and especially skiing. Skiing at an extremely high level, ski racing, like alpine skiing, is intensely dangerous. It is intensely dangerous. Ice and snow, like snow when you're moving as fast as these skiers are going, is concrete. It is not soft. There was a skier. This is a real story, and I don't really suggest you guys look it up because it is gruesome. Gernot Reinstadler was a skier. It's chilling. I literally just got chills. He was quite literally ripped in half while he was skiing because one of his skis got caught in a safety net while he's traveling at, I don't know, 60, 70, 80 miles an hour. And it literally ripped his body apart, and he bled out. He bled out on the mountain. Winter athletes are a different breed of human. It is, I don't know how to explain this in terms that are any more serious than they are. Winter athletes are peak athletes. They are adrenaline junkies of the highest order. These are people that you have to be a different breed to compete in winter athletes. You are not a sane person. You are not a normal person to be hucking your body at unbelievable speeds through the air on the most slippery ground that there is, and just like hoping you land it. And if you miss your landing, oh, it's not like a bruise. It's not like, oh, you might tear something. No, you actually might get ripped in half. You might break every bone in your body. Welcome to the Winter Olympics. It is the night and day difference between the winter and summer Olympic athletes, in my opinion. It's not even close. You can't get me out of bed for the Summer Olympics. For the Winter Olympics, I'm locked in. Show me some clips from the Winter Olympics. That gets me going. Because these people are actual hardos. God bless them. That society needs people like Winter Olympians. Okay. All right, let's see. This I thought was very good. Nigel Eccles here is the former co-founder of FanDuel. Nigel Eccles here is the former co-founder of English, bro. English. We got to work on this. Nigel Eccles is the former co-founder of FanDuel, and he had a very strong opinion. Kalshi and other prediction markets might actually be burning the rope way too thin here. Kalshi and other prediction markets might actually be burning the candle way too quickly. Some of these ads are just tough. Some of these ads are really tough to see. It's very clear to me that Kalshi is going down the same path as Juul. You guys remember Juul? Juul, if you guys don't remember, was a company that seemed to actually be providing like a somewhat valuable service. It was branded as a way to forget cigarettes. Dude, I'm like, my English day is really tough. This is just what happens when you go out last night. Like, I'm sorry to the Clippers. I know this is probably like a tough listen. It's going to be what it is. It's going to be what it is. It is what it is. All right. For those that don't remember, Juul was one of a number of the main vaping brands in the early 2010s. It took a product that had social good, which true, by the way, helping smokers quit, and then aggressively push it into a new market, non-smokers and particularly kids. Growing up, going to high school in like the 2014, 2015 range, kids my age were definitely smoking a lot of Juuls. And that caught on with parents, and from the parents, it became a serious political issue, and the FDA got involved. And there's a reason why Juul is not the number one, it's not the number one option for vapors anymore. It was actually devastatingly bad to the company, how aggressively they got regulated. And I do worry that companies like Kalshi and potentially Poly are marketing to the wrong audience here, especially what Kalshi's doing right now. Kalshi is probably marketing to the wrong audience when they're doing stuff like this. I was about to be unable to pay my rent, but I got 2 years of rent through Kalshi's predictions. It's amazing. It's gambling. It's sports gambling. Me, because in 2026, I stopped working weekends and started predicting weather. It's not sports gambling, it's weather gambling. Instead of making $280 a week versus 190 before. It's not income. It's not a job. The vast majority of people are not capable or competent enough to do this. Much more, specifically, someone who's like working an actual job separately. Like, what is this marketing? Nigel's right on this too. It's rare because, one, it's probably unethical. Like, this marketing is probably unethical and feels gross. Like, I wasn't able to pay my rent, so I gambled and I was able to pay my rent. What is that? What is this ad? And then on top of that, he's right. It doesn't work. You are marketing to a demographic that doesn't know how to do this. And as soon as they start predicting and losing money, people don't come back when they lose money. It's the same deal in crypto. If your first experience in crypto is I put in $100 and I lost 95 and I was in the trade for a day, you are not putting in another $100. You are giving up instantly. You're like, damn, this is a scam. This is rigged. And you're saying, oh yeah, I'm making $90 a week extra because I gamble on the weather. I gamble on the weather. How does this girl have any ability to gamble on the weather? Is she like a meteorologist in training? Which, if that's the case, I mean, actually, power to her. You know what I mean? That would actually be a really cool way to have edge. Like go to meteorology school and forget about the meteorology. Just like actually predict the weather. But these jokes are these ads are like a joke. Yeah, I just FanDuel and DraftKings were Boy Scouts by comparison. Yeah. That's the thing. It's the thing with gambling. It's just like people know that you lose money doing it. Like there are hotlines. There's a gambling hotline because people get addicted and then blow out their salaries on gambling. And we have kids here saying I wasn't able to pay my rent. And now I'm going to pay my rent with Kalshi. Like that this is devastatingly bad advertising. This doesn't make the company look like it's not trying to do anything for you. And to expand on this point, this is why people hate tech. This is why people disagree with technological, leaders like the tech industries, the techies. Because Brian Armstrong says the U.S. can either lead in financial innovation or watch it move offshore. Financial innovation, it's sports gambling. The big game. It's Seahawks versus Patriots. It's Seahawks versus Patriots. It's gambling. It's sports gambling. This is not financial innovation. It's like, no, you can't. I don't know how we can be more clear about this. There is a reason why the masses are very quickly turning against the tech guys. Very quickly, particularly in AI and definitely in crypto, because the way that people word things at the top is clearly bullcrap. Like it's garbage. This is garbage. The U.S. can either lead in financial innovation. It's gambling, Brian. It's gambling. It's sports gambling. Now, maybe it gets packaged and regulated under the CFTC. That's to be determined. We'll see how that goes. But it is sports gambling. No normal person sees this and goes, yep, financial innovation. People have been betting with bookies for the last 100 years. Actually, no, scratch that. For the last 6,000 years. And you're going to tell me, oh, this is financial innovation. Really, Brian? Really? And I know you have to say this in part so that you can have the regulators on your side, right? Like you have to paint this constant picture that it's financial innovation. That might be the case if we're talking about betting on politics and creating interesting and novel structures around said bets. Do you think Tom from down the street needs a loan on their positions on the Super Bowl? Like, is that the kind of financial innovation that you're creating where you could take your financial, you could take your prediction, right? You could take your bet on the Seahawks and you have collateral now of $1,000 bet. And you need, you need some capital in the meantime for your trades. So you're going to take that $1,000 bet, and then you're going to use that as collateral to pull like an $800 loan in USDC, and you're going to take that USDC and send it through DeFi pools so that your bet, your collateral on the prediction market can go earn you passive revenue, like passive income. Like, what is that? Like, that's not. Yes, it's theoretically possible. Yes, it's an interesting concept. What else is it? It's sports gambling. Maybe with a few extra bells and whistles. And you're painting it as a lead in financial innovation. No wonder people don't trust you. There is no faster way to lose people's trust at scale than to lie to their face and tell them it's the future. It's just like, you would think after what's been happening over the last year, 2 years, 3 years, where people have lost faith in the AI industry, especially with like some of the terrible rhetoric coming out of OpenAI, you'd think that they'd be like, hey, maybe we should chill on saying things that people can instantly clock as like, that's not real. That's not what they're talking about. It's like disheartening. Let's keep going. One of the most interesting tweets of this past week is this. A lot of people are like, okay, you see these weird bobsled luge things, and you're like, who grows up wanting to be a luge Olympian? Turns out, when you retire from a more common sport like soccer, hockey, etc., or at least in Canada, you go to assessment camps where they test your athleticism and match you with a much less common Olympic sport based on your specific skills. This is one of the coolest insight. Like, I've never heard of anyone that's like, I'm going to grow up and be a luge guy. Big luge guy here. Like, how many of your friends got into bobsledding when they were 4? Not many. Not many of them. But apparently, you could take athletes who were like, S tier or A+++ tier athletes that weren't quite S tier athletes. And when they retire, you're like, hey, by the way, before you go, let's just see if you can get an Olympic medal in X, Y, or Z. And apparently there's a whole industrial complex around getting athletes to win at smaller Olympic games. The more you know. The more you know. Truly, the more you know. I had no idea. I'm sure it's this way for the Summer Olympics too. It's like, who's, well, maybe not as much because a lot of kids do track and field in high school, and it's kind of like how you grow up with it. At the same time, it makes me wonder, like, why do we really have these sports? Like, if the only reason the sport is competed at a high level in the Olympics is because it is an existing category in the Olympics, so they find athletes to do it just because no one actually does it. Maybe we probably shouldn't have it in the Olympics. Maybe, like, hot take, we probably shouldn't have them in the Olympics if they have to farm retired athletes from other sports. But hey, it's interesting. It also makes me sad that sports like these exist in the Olympics. And meanwhile, we're not like trying new things. The last really new, interesting thing we tried, in my opinion, in the Olympics is when they brought breakdancing to the Olympics. And we had this Australian come in, make a mockery of it, pretend like all of Australia was like, how you guys can't make fun of our athlete. She tried really hard. She was a disaster. Anyone and their mother could have done better than that. And the Olympics was like, we can't ever have that again. Cut it. Like, imagine being so bad at a sport. Imagine being so bad at a sport that your competition in it gets it removed from being a sport. And instead, we have people sliding on their back down sleds as fast as possible. Like, it's pretty funny. It is objectively a funny thing to do. All right, what else we got? Oh, I did want to talk about Hyperliquid for a little bit because I haven't talked about crypto yet today. Hold on. All right, let's see. This is one of the things I want to talk about. This is quite a lot, so I can't go through all that. This might be the best Hyperliquid FUD I've ever seen. Is Hype the decentralized NASDAQ, or is it the decentralized eToro? eToro's business is now valued at around $900 million, not even $1 billion, by somewhat smarter equity guys. I know, like, I've seen plenty of eToro ads. I know people that trade on eToro, and it's only valued at $900 million. Customer lifetime value is terrible. Terrible. And I think for a lot of perps traders, it's probably the same. Like, a lot of perps traders get wiped out very quickly. Both derive most of their revenues from crypto leverage. Still, interesting. eToro doesn't really make the same money the same way as IBKR. Hype handicapped by the fact that there's no real regulatory guidance, and its predomination is still crypto native guys gambling on there. No fiat. He's got a point. One of the things that's like Hype is living in, or Hyperliquid is living in, a bit of like a regulatory unknown at the moment. It still has yet to get some clear answers. That's why it's not available in the United States. So a lot of people, when they think about what am I going to comp Hype to, it's always Robinhood. It's always NASDAQ, or other leading blockchains like Solana. It's always that. But I think the best, if you wanted to FUD it, what are the other comps? There are exchanges that you know of that fail and don't do well. And people are really discounting. Look, I'm a Hype bull. I want to be buying Hype, and I'm going to be buying Hype. But we cannot discount the fact that Hype is still a startup company, and startups fail at an alarmingly high rate. So what's the chance that Hype fails in the next 5 years? It's probably at least 25%, if not higher. And that's, by the way, not even bearish. That is just reasonable. It'll probably do fine. I'm hoping it does fine, and I want to buy Hype. But what if? What if? I want to talk about what Kyle Samani said, though. Yeah. Kyle Samani, formerly Multicoin Capital, he's now left, had a pretty tough tweet. Hyperliquid is in most respects everything wrong with crypto. Founder literally fled his home country to build. How is this a negative? Openly facilitates crime and terror. Okay, crime, maybe. Terror. What? Terror? What terror is Hyperliquid facilitating? Crime, it's a financial institution. Crime is run through everything. So sure, there's probably some percentage of crime that goes through it. But like they do the best they can to stop it. So closed source, their intention is to make it as open source as possible. It's a valid argument. It is a valid argument, but their intention is to make it as open source as possible. Over time, it'll get there. Permissioned, actually not even that true. Like parts of it are permissioned, parts of it were formerly permissioned and have been progressively decentralized. The SEC has talked about this concept of progressive decentralization and that it's a spectrum. And then you start at one place because you have to, and then you eventually get to decentralization. They've considered stuff like this. So to say it's permissioned, it is actively decentralizing. They are, in my opinion, Hyperliquid is following like basically to a T what you'd want to see out of a blockchain that is progressively decentralizing. Like it's doing it. They're doing the thing. How is it everything wrong with crypto? What terror is it facilitating? I gotta know what terror Hyperliquid has facilitated. Maybe to my wallet, the terror it's done to my own holdings, sure. But terror as in like terrorism? Kyle, what are you saying, dude? Anyway, let's see. Is there a few more things I want to touch on? Let's see. Let's see. I don't have anything to add there. This I'll probably talk about. Oh, I have two more things. 48-year-old Tom Brady was seen dancing with 25-year-old model Alex Earl at a Super Bowl party. First off, this account, Dove Kleiman, maybe one of the worst NFL Twitter accounts I've ever seen. Like, if anyone actually likes this guy, tough. Like, one of the most infuriatingly bad accounts in all of the NFL. Beyond that, game is game. 1 to Tom Brady. God bless. Snatch from Braxton Berrios. Tough look for Braxton. And 2, game is game for Alex. I mean, seriously. Rizzing up the GOAT. I can't hate. I cannot hate. This is just game is game. This is just game is game at a high level. Like, I've got no problems with this. And look, the guy, he seems happy. He's jester maxing. Oh, but he looks like he's having a good time. I mean, good for him. Good for him. What is Gisele Bundchen up to these days? That's what I'd like to know. What is Gisele Bundchen up to? Because he's jester maxing. He is life maxing. And that's what he's doing. He's absolutely crushing it. Like, the guy seems as happy as he's ever been. Singing, by the way. Did you hear that? Hold on. Dude, is the guy dying? Like, what? What? Good for my boy. Let's go. I mean, he's not my boy. It's just Tom Brady. But good for Tom Brady. Good for Tom Brady. Killing it. Let's go, big dog. Let's go. I'm here for it. I'm good with it. Honestly, by the way, better look than what's going on with Bill Belichick. I got to say that. Like, very funny to cross-comp the current Tom Brady, Alex Earl situation with Bill Belichick. That is a tough look for Bill. I mean, it's a good look for Bill, but it's also like a yikes. Oh my God. Like, don't want to imagine it. Like, that's a little gross. Just being honest. But good stuff, Tom. Good stuff, Tom. Godspeed. Godspeed to the GOAT. All right. This is the last thing I want to comment on. I respect wearing shoulder pads. Here's the thing. During the Super Bowl, and during the Super Bowl especially, you're going to see a lot of people on the internet be like, why are you, as a grown man, wearing another grown man's name on your back? Why are you watching other grown men be athletic and fit and muscular? Why aren't you going out and making money? And it's like, sports are one of the things that we as humans have come to develop because it is a beautiful part of being a human. Sports, watching sports, it's like a cultural phenomenon that is extended for ages. The reason why we have sports derives from, like, humans' desire for conflict. And this is probably the best way that we can express that innate desire. It is healthy, like, it is good. It is good for society. It's something that we as society can get together on and actually enjoy. It is one of the last things that we, like, live TV is gone. Live TV is gone. So what is the only thing that we can, get up and have shared cultural moments with? Politics is one, but politics sucks. Everyone hates it. It gets people incredibly mad. It's incredibly divisive. And that's one of the only last things that we can have is, like, shared cultural moments. Politics sucks. So what else can we have? Sports. Sports allows for shared cultural moments. It's something to, like, take people's minds off of life, and they could just focus on a game where the consequences are within the game. And it's like peak athletic expression, peak humanity in a lot of ways. It's like It frustrates me when I see people shit on sports. It frustrates me when I see people just absolutely tear down sports because it's like, what do you got going for you in your own life, you know? Why are you hating on it? Who cares if a grown man is wearing another grown man's name? This is called brotherhood. It's about having something that makes you, I mean, he's not happy. Like he's chilling, but it's about having something that makes you happy. And it's like something you could share, you know, with your friends, with your family. And if I go out and I'm talking with another guy and I'm a Jets fan and I talk about the 2012 Jets and the disaster that became, the fall of Mark Sanchez, that makes sense. And now I'm immediately connect with that guy. And now we're friends. We can talk about whatever. It opens the door. It is a shared cultural experience. And the emotions, it matters. This stuff matters. And it's also how humans, over the past X amount of years, have been regulating the desire for conflict through sports. A world without sports probably has a lot more war in it. But yeah, tear it down for sure. Say why are you as a man supporting sports? Because it's fun and because it's cool. Get off my back. Damn. And I think, although I will say, the only counterpart to that is, yeah, if you have $500 on random guys, plus 3 receptions, and you're just going nuts at the Super Bowl party, you are the crazy one. That's actually a little insane. I mean, Godspeed, have fun, you know? Some of the prop bets are absolutely absurd. Yo, dude, the Super Bowl anthem, it's minute and 58 seconds. It's going to be less. And you got a timer and you're like, it's a minute 57. Yeah, you're a little insane. Chill out, dude. You are having way too much fun at the wrong times. That's not the game that we're playing here. Yeah, exactly. When that Gatorade colored prop hits, yes, it's yellow. It's red. No, it's blue. Yeah, bro, you're insane. You have definitely lost your mind. Chill out. You should go get some help. You have a problem. That might be for a crazy clip, actually. Why is it tails? Imagine being the guy who bets his entire bet is just on the coin flip. It's just on the coin flip. That's his entire bet. There's some guy out there that's the only thing he's going to bet on is the coin flip, and he's going to lose the coin flip, and then the rest of the game is ruined. He is just depressed for the next 4 hours because he lost the coin flip bet. That would be tough. That's a tough look. It's red. Oh, boy. All right. I think we're going to call it there. That's good. That's good. All right, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. We're going to be back on Tuesday, 5 p.m. Eastern time. And you know the deal. Enjoy the Super Bowl. If you're watching this live, I hope you guys enjoy the Super Bowl. If you're watching it not live, I hope you enjoyed it. And if you are watching it, never mind. We'll end it. Godspeed.